we'll have a chat, we'll have some fun as usual. So without further ado, let's get on with tonight's Sunday Night Live! Woohoo! No, that's all clean. No, stop that. Look everybody, this is what it looks like. 3 idiots trapped in a horse field. Can't get out of it to get to their own little paddock to go and have their evening food. And now they don't know how to get out. Without destroying the fence, obviously, and causing more work. Go to bed, you morons!
Welcome to the Sunday Night Live!
Hey! Way! Here we are! Okay, everybody, how you all doing?
How are you all? Thank you for joining us this Sunday evening.
It is Sunday evening.
Or it is evening here.
Is it though? Is it though? Do we know? Does anybody know? Nobody knows. I'm having an existential crisis this week.
Okay, just going to go straight into that one.
Well,
Hi everyone, I'm having an existential crisis.
Well, I just think we should discuss these things. When you have an existential crisis, I think we should share it. I'm having internet and landline issues. Well, I'm having an existential crisis. I like these new intros, says Sandy. Yes, I know, I love them. That was an old one actually because I didn't have a chance. We've had such a crazy week, and I wasn't going to do a new one for you guys, but I just absolutely ran out of time. So anyway, but it's still good fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So how is everybody? Let's have a little catch up here. I'm finally on time for something. Vintage Style Joe by Joe. Vintage Style.
So are we, finally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
Valerie says, season greetings, everyone. Watching from Nova Scotia, Canada, where it is 5 degrees Celsius, big wind and rainstorm on the way.
Wow.
Oh, I think, what is the temperature here? Do you know? It must be like 8 or something at the moment.
Yeah, 8 sounds good. 8.
But I suppose it's
10. Oh no, when was that updated though?
10 now, and it's going to get to 4 tonight. But I suppose in Canada, it's what time is it in the morning?
I don't know.
Canada?
I'm not the speaking clock man of old London town. I don't know what it is.
So it must get even colder.
Sharon says, "Do you worm all your horses and donkeys?"
Yes, we do.
Aye, we do that. Aye, we worm them and ourselves. Apparently, do you know that? You're supposed to worm yourself if you work a lot with animals. You're supposed to worm yourself.
Do you need to use fly mask all year long?
Just ignore that whole comment. Sorry, go on, carry on.
We are not using them at the moment, except, well, Charlie had one on the other day. Charlie had his teeth done.
He did.
This week? Was that this week?
That was this week, yeah.
Yes. So Charlie had the dentist, and then he was a bit sleepy after, because obviously they have to sedate. We still need to share those videos and things. They sedate them to do their teeth. and then we put him back in his run so he could recover from the sedation.
Mm.
And we put a fly mask on him then because it was a bit hot that day, and because he was a bit sleepy. Like usually they can just shake their head and get.
It's weird, isn't it? Because at the moment it's like every day is different. You just don't know what you're going to get. Some like literally a couple of days ago, I was running around with my top off down there because it was so hot. And like today, I'm all wrapped up with layers and layers and hats and everything. So it's just changing all the time.
But it can be like really warm during the day and then freezing.
Mm. Well. Anyway, hi from Ireland. Hello, Sandy. How are you?
Sandy.
Nice to hear you or see your messages there. Lovely. Lovely from Ireland. How is everybody in the Green Isle? He just couldn't be bothered. Oh, Jan. No, it wasn't that I couldn't be bothered. Jan, don't start, right? Already, right? It's been 2 minutes. You've been 2 bloody minutes in, Jan, and you've already started picking a fight with me. Stop it. That wasn't a very
Sharon says, Rachel, your hair. And then loads of question marks. What is wrong with my hair?
What? Your hair? Question mark. Is it your hair? That's what she's saying. Is that your hair?
I don't know what's this.
I think it's beautiful. Don't ignore them.
I don't know what.
They don't know anything. Just ignore them. They don't know. You don't know what you're talking about.
Hello from Bournemouth. Love the intro. How are you both?
Oh, who says that?
Carter.
Hello, Carter. Bournemouth. Hello, Bournemouth. Bournemouth. That always reminds me of Lee Evans. Have you heard that joke that Lee Evans told? He said, why? Oh, he went to Bournemouth apparently and did a gig there or something. This is years old joke. No, it's not even a joke. It's just
Get to the joke.
I don't know what it is. And he said he went to Bournemouth. He said, and it's full of really old people in Bournemouth. He said, and on the sign, he said, it's so full of old people in Bournemouth. It should say, Bournemouth. That's what he says. So whenever I see the sign, well, it's because it's like it's Bournemouth. But whenever I hear Bournemouth, I always think of Bournemouth. Anyway. Ah, dear. Oh, dear.
Gail says to tell us more about the existential crisis.
Well, Gal, we'll save this one. We'll come back to it. Okay, we'll put a pin in it and we'll come back to it.
Okay, we'll come back to it. Jennifer says happy birthday to them.
It's not my birthday yet, Jennifer, but thank you very much.
I guess maybe she's just saying it
because it will be soon.
Yeah.
Actually, it's my birthday in 3 days? My God. It's exciting, isn't it? I wonder what you've got me. I bet it's amazing, isn't it? I bet it's brilliant. Is it really big? I mean, it's huge. Big present.
Jan says, did you get a good catch up last week?
Yeah, sorry about last week, guys. It was just, the week was a very emotionally draining week because obviously we lost Jessie. And we had a night during the week where all the horses got out. That was a different night, wasn't it? We just had this bad week of a lot of disturbances and disturbed sleep and everything like that. And by the time it got to Sunday, I was like, I just don't have any energy. I just don't think I can talk at all. I just needed to go to bed. So yeah, we just ran out of batteries. So sorry about that. But anyway, we're here now. All right. So stop your bloody complaining, you. Waving from a pretty mild for a change. North Wales. A beautiful country, North Wales.
Looking good. You two like the background lighting. Thanks, Diane.
Oh, do you like that, Diane? These were a couple of lights, actually. I'm going to give you a little bit of background. These are a couple of lights that Rachel got me for Christmas a couple of years ago. Was it a couple of years ago? Because I like to do,
yeah.
I do like to take photographs when I have a minute, and I especially like doing portraits. I like to take portraits of people, and but I never have. I've got a big light, but I didn't have any portable lights, and Rachel got me these, and they're brilliant. They're excellent. I really like them. Anyway, there you go.
So apparently, the plant behind was making it look like I have dreadlocks.
Ah, okay. Now it makes sense. What would you look like?
It's a plant.
It's a plant. What would you look like with dreadlocks?
I don't know.
I don't know, actually. I think you could pull it off,
No, I'm not. Not for me.
Well, I think it's quite cool. Ireland is fab. Thanks. Well, Sandy, that's good to know. Thank you very much for Fab Ireland. It's 10 degrees C here in Bournemouth. Did you find your shirt, Judin? Dean? Or a little. Yes, I found my shirt. It was very hot. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. I did think, and I did run it past the boss before I posted that because I said, "Is it all right?" Because I haven't got a shirt on. But I wasn't showing anything that would cause problems. Because that's the worry. That's the worry. Whenever I take my shirt off, I'm worried that it's going to cause problems because it normally does. Whenever one takes one's shirt off, I mean, yeah, it causes problems. So yeah, I have to watch that. Car crashes, aeroplane crashes, you name it. It's chaos when the shirt comes off. So I just kind of hold it in reserve.
Z says, "Yay, Charlie content forthcoming."
Yes, Charlie content is forthcoming. Absolutely. Thanks.
Happy birthday for Wednesday.
Well, thank you very much, Mike, Mark, Maria, Mikey, Maria, Mikey, Mark, Maria. Thank you very much.
Do they need to plant hair?
Hair transplant, I reckon. I tell you what, when it starts going, it goes quick, doesn't it? I don't know why I'm asking you. Do any of you know? All I've noticed is that the receding hairline started and then it didn't stop. And it's like the whole hair is going like, retreat, retreat, retreat. I'm going, come back, come back, come back. So, no, we're running away.
It could be worse. It could be bald.
Give it time.
Already. Yeah, I know, but some people are bald.
I know. Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is, isn't it? You're given what you're given. You're dealt the hand you're given.
Dotty Bint says rub castor oil in it.
Really?
What's that do?
I mean, yeah. I don't know whether or not you should really bother or just, get on with it. I don't know whether I want to start messing about with all that. Castor oil. I don't know. I don't even know what castor oil is. What is it?
It's oil from
Casters.
Casts of
Ors. You said ers.
Ers.
That's just Scottish in you.
It's because that's how Dotty Bint spelled it, but I think you're right. It's or.
Okay.
Hi guys from Missouri. Been watching all your videos and shorts.
Oh,
thanks,
good.
Joanne.
Thank you, Joanne. How's Missouri? Missouri. Made it. Marie says, made it. Hello, he. Hello, he.
Aldine asks, what have you decided about Macario? Yes, so for those who aren't aware, the vet came on, was it Monday? Tuesday?
I have no idea Tuesday. What even day it is. I have no idea.
To do Charlie's teeth and to geld, which is castrate, Macario, the donkey. And they found that one of his testicles is not descended, in which case they can't do the procedure here. It would have to be either a procedure in the hospital.
I've got a theory on this.
Or a chemical castration. What do you mean you've got a theory?
Well, the vet asked me before she came, she said, can you see his business? And I was like, yes, I can see his business. She said, can you see both of his businesses? And I said, yes, I can clearly see both of his businesses. Excuse me. Then I had a little chat with him. Then he realized that the vet was there. And I think he pulled it in.
But she said did you see them doing an ultrasound? Yeah. So they did an ultrasound and it's like tiny. So it can't have been.
Oh well, perhaps obviously I was mistaken. But I reckon he just stopped writing.
It did look. Maybe she said he's got one really big one, like a horse.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's nice. Join the live. You never know what we're going to discuss. There's all sorts of things we discuss here on the live. Like.
So, have we decided anything? Have you heard anything more?
My decision, but as far as I've got to yet be persuaded otherwise, is chemical castration.
Have you heard anything more?
No, I haven't. But that's where I am at the moment, is chemical castration. Unless I hear anything otherwise.
I would like to know if there are any risks of that.
Yeah, well, the other thing is the alternative is surgery, and I'm really dead against surgery because I just don't want to put him under the knife, and I don't want him to go into hospital and have it, because there's all added problems there, and just I don't know. Perhaps I just got a bit of.
Apparently, there are some specialists that can do it laparoscopically.
No. Well, maybe. Well, yeah, we just have to find that out. But I'm still waiting to hear from the vet about the chemical castration because, to
Okay.
my mind, if it's a single injection once a year and there's no adverse side effects, then that would be the least messing about for him, and it's instant.
Someone mentioned on the comments that they had the same problem with one of their horses or something.
Yeah.
They had an implant.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Which means you don't have to.
Well, it seems similar sort of thing. It's a chemical.
Yeah, but
alteration.
it's there all the time, so you don't have to repeat the injection or whatever.
Well, we can look at that as well. The good news is we have been speaking to a vet that wants to actually come and join the team at Jacob's Ridge, and so we would have a resident vet here 24/7, which would be phenomenal, and that would have a massive impact on so many aspects of the ridge. Not just the administration, where we need vets to help us with forms and all sorts of legalities, but for things like this, where you could actually give them, that would be part of their job, is to research that, find out the side effects, where do we go from here, and it's a registered, qualified vet actually on the team. So fingers crossed with that. I'm really hoping that that's going to come off. I'm going to be speaking to her this week and hopefully get her on board. So yeah, that's exciting news.
Yes. Cheryl says, Julian, your birthday is the same as my mother's was. Happy future birthday.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl.
Roy, thank you so much for your super chat.
Roy
asks, did Steve try to clean the windows with the cats, aka using the cats to clean the windows, not saying it was him?
Yeah. This is Steve and Ronnie's. They use the cats for all sorts of things. Really gets them in all sorts of trouble. Hence the reason the cats run away when they see the donkeys, because they don't know what they're going to be pulled into. Sometimes quite literally. Rosemary T, I'm 60 and still have my red hair. Well,
it's genetic, isn't it, though?
Yeah, it's totally genetic, I think.
How thick your hair is. Folic acid helps grow hair and nails. Lots of it in mushrooms.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like I say, I think it's got to be causing you a bit of a problem. I mean, psychologically, or if
your hair is fine.
If it's attacking your confidence, or you're feeling like you're not enjoying life because of it, and it's interfering, I think if it got to that point, then I might do something about it. But at the moment, I just don't. It's not really high on my priority list. I think if you said to me, "Oi, sort your hair out, otherwise I'm off," then I might. I might. I might do something about it. What do you mean you won't say that? You might do.
Well, not that shallow.
No, I'm not suggesting you are, but one day, yeah, but you don't know what I look like without any hair. It might be.
I do.
It might be horrific.
I've seen you shave your head.
Yeah, that's true.
Joanne, thank you for your super chat.
Thank you, Joanne. Very kind of you. Thank you.
Evening, everybody. Is it safe to come out from back of the sofa now? Has Julian got his shirt back on?
All right, Nick. Thank you very much. You're just jealous, Nick. The Rock's got nothing on me.
Jan said, now you know why he's so interested in those parts. He's trying to find it. Bless him. Yeah.
Well, he's very very focused on that. But then I suppose, I mean perhaps too much information, but I think if if I possessed such an attribute, I think I would be quite interested.
Moving on before we go there. Ida says, happy birthday, Julian, and many happy returns. Mine is on December 22nd.
Oh, Ida.
Happy birthday to you, Ida, when it comes.
Yes, happy birthday to you too. Well, all the best people are Sagittarians. Well, nearly all the best people. A few I don't like.
Diane says her dog had that too. Surgery was necessary.
Oh, okay.
How far along are you now on the fence house, Odin?
We are. So all the posts are up now. All the gates are in place. So we've put up 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 vehicular gates and 1 pedestrian gate right at the top of the land, so we can get into the forest part of the land. So that's all up. So now they've started to put the wire up. Now we've had a bit of a conversation with the contractor actually last night, quite late actually into the night, where Rachel and I went up there. Was it yesterday? We went up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went up there yesterday to go and have a look just to see how everything was, and we took the dogs up there for a little run around. And they've actually started putting the fencing mesh up now, right at the top of the land. And there's a particularly difficult part of the land where it's very steep. So it sort of goes along, then it drops very steep, then it goes along, and then it drops very steep again. So there's these 2 very steep inclines. And he's put these posts up down that incline, but of course you've got to fence that with this wire mesh fencing. And now, to my mind, it's a complicated job, because it's, you know, you've got to keep tension on the fence. You've got to, I think, in the instance of it being so steep, how do you fence, you know, this steep incline? I've got a few ideas, but I thought, well, rather than me do it, it's better to get the fencing contractor to do it, because they'll have done it 100 times. They'll know what they're doing. They've got all the right stuff, and they'll do it. It's fine. Well, when we went up there yesterday, quite frankly, there's just not a brain at work. The brain is not working. I think between them, there wasn't a single brain at work at that point of fencing that area. It was such a disaster, and it's such a mess that I was flabbergasted. I looked at it and I was like, what? Have they literally left it like this is what they think is a fence? I mean, it's a joke. So I took some photographs of it, and I fired it off to the contractor last night and said, you know, I don't want to jump in too early, because I appreciate the work's being done at the moment, but, you know, what's the plan for here? You know, what are you doing? And his response to me was quite remarkable. He just sort of said, yes, it's a complicated area. There's not really much we can do about it. So I said, well, you've got to do something about it, because that doesn't function. That's no good. We're paying a lot of money for this fence. I want that fence area done properly. And he came back and he said, well, the thing is, if you want it done properly, it's going to cost you more money. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I said to him, look, I think rather than us have this conversation over text and emails, let's have a meeting face to face at the site with the problem, and then we can look at each other's eyes when we're saying these things. Because if you're telling me we've got to pay more money to get the job done properly, there must be something lost in translation there. Because, you know, what do you have to do? I don't understand it. Oh, you want a fence built? Oh, okay, yeah, I'll build your fence. I'll charge you all thousands and thousands of pounds to build it, but I'm not going to build it properly. If you want it done properly, then I'll have to charge you more. And it's like, what are you doing? So anyway, that being said, the posts, everything else, the gates, perfect. Really done a good job. They've done a brilliant job, but they just need some guidance, I think. So I've sat down last night and I drew out a little diagram for him of how I feel that area should be done. And yeah, we'll see. Don't show my handiwork. What are you doing?
It's beautiful.
It's not beautiful. The problem is because there's tensioned wire going downhill. So if you imagine, let me show you something. I've got I'm going to get into it now.
What do you need?
I need a bit of string. Oh, here we go. Perfect. As if by magic. Here's one I prepared earlier. Right. So if you've got a post here, right, and a post here.
Do you want me to be a post?
Yeah, you be a post, right? So your post is high, and my post is low.
Okay.
Right? Raise your hand a bit higher. Right. Okay. And we do. So I put a post here.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got a line going down here.
Yeah.
Right. And then we attach the mesh fence to this. Okay. Now, if I put one there, right, what's going to happen to that post? That has got that force pulling it up when it's under tension.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's attached to the post over years, if that gets wet or if there's a problem with that post, it's going to either pull the post up or it's just going to rip off the post.
Mm-hmm.
So this is no good. So what you've got to do is you've got to take the tension off of that part and attach the tension there. You see, so that's where the tension is. Then you've got nothing. You've got no force that's doing that. You've just got the force that's doing that. So it needs to be cut here and tensioned at this point up the hill. Up
yeah,
the
but
slope.
at the moment there isn't a post here, is there?
Yeah, there's a post at the bottom. That's the problem.
But you think there should be another one or not?
No, I think there should be. Well, yeah, I think there should be another one here. But this is where it needs to be split. So we need to have it split there and split there, tensioned across, and then they can attach the fence line there. Anyway, that's enough of that.
Wow.
I feel like Blue Peter or something. Anyway, that's how you fence slope. All right.
Maybe you should take that string when you go and meet
I will.
him.
I'll show him exactly what I mean.
How is darling Timo? Asks Carter.
Well, go on.
Whoa.
We had a rather nice experience, didn't we?
Yeah, we were gonna wait until we got some video of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But we can share it with you guys because it's only you. It's just no, don't tell anyone else. All right.
Yeah, I guess it was a few days ago. So in the mornings, he's got his little bedroom area, which he always makes a mess of. And he's sort of fenced into that area because of the floor. We don't want him to like scrape his legs up. So he's got like mats, soft mats in his bed and everything. So in the mornings I go and prepare his food, and then I get him out of that area and I take him outside, and he eats his food outside, and he's always really excited whilst I'm preparing his food. And then so I was doing that, and then Julian came in, and I'm
just saying, Timo. You can still hear you, yeah.
Quite rattly.
Okay, sorry, I'll stop it. There you go. All right.
And then what happened?
Oh no! Come on. Well, we were cleaning up and stuff, and then all of a sudden he stood up. So he's not in his trolley or anything, but he stood up, and then to our absolute amazement, he took about 5 steps. He actually walked, and Rachel and I just looked at each other and was like, "He's walking! Oh my God, he's walking!" So yeah, amazing moment. So then we got our cameras out as quick as possible to try and capture this moment of him walking, and then he wouldn't do it again. So
yeah, and he's not done it since.
But... No, exactly. But it's proved that he can walk. He can walk. He can do it. He can do it, which we always knew he could. We felt it in our water that he always could. He had that determination. But it's like when he's not thinking about it. It's just like he's just in the moment, and he was motivated because there was food, and he just stood up, and then he just walked. And what we've been doing now in his trolley is we've been bandaging one foot, and leaving it down so that he can use it. And I noticed last night when he was on his walk, he was using his back leg to propel himself. So he's getting used to using that leg again. So very, very exciting news. We're really, really happy. But we just haven't declared anything yet publicly because we just wanted to get some video footage of it and see that it wasn't like a fluke. Just let's actually see him walking again. We just want to see him take those sort of like 4 or 5 steps. It's a bit like wagging the tail. When he started wagging the tail, it was like 1 or 2 wags. It was like, okay, yeah, sort of. But we used to, if we can get 5 wags, if we see 5 wags, then that's a tail wag. 1 or 2 is like, okay, it's just a reaction to something. But
he usually just wags his tail after his acupressure. So we like pinch the tip of the tail, and then he wags it, and then after that it's more sensitive, so then you can just touch it and then he'll wag it. But yesterday, separate from his acupressure session, he was in his chair and his leg, which is not as strong as the other one, had fallen down, so that one usually stays up, and I just picked it up to put it back in the strap, and his tail went like that. It's
really, we're so proud of him, and it's a real success story. But it's just we've still got a long way to go. But I think the thing is, try not to get sort of like target orientated and try not to put pressure on the situation. Just keep doing everything we're doing, and slowly but surely, I believe that we'll see him, functioning again. Well, to what extent I don't know, but
Yeah, even if he can just sort of wobble around a bit.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, even if he's using 3 legs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, just getting that, which I think he pretty much more or less is now, even when he's in the trolley. So yeah, he's definitely coming on. We're just so proud of him. So proud of him. He's lovely.
People are saying fantastic news about the vet. A vet would be fantastic. The resident vet must be Dreamboat Pedro.
Oh God, Jane, you started already.
Yay, resident vet. That'd be so awesome to have your vet on the team.
Yeah.
I thought you said he, not her. Oh well, still fab.
No, it's
Jane,
a her, I'm
sounds
afraid.
like you're out of luck, Pedro wise.
Yeah, sorry, Jane. It is a she, yes.
She is a she.
She is a she.
Dean asks, how are the kitties? Yeah, they are doing very well.
Oh, they're doing fantastically well.
Julian's favourite.
Well, they poop.
They do poop, yes.
They poop. And
they smell.
They smell.
They stink.
Yeah.
Smelly cats.
They're smelly, real smelly cats. I love cats. I love them. But they smell.
Is Macario a young donkey? Sometimes they need more time to develop for his testicle to drop.
No, he's not that young. He's about 10 years old. He's no older than 10, put it that way, between 9 and 10.
Yeah, and he doesn't have, the other one isn't like a proper, she said it's just like a chunk, like a small piece of.
Can we talk about something else now? It's making me sit a bit funny. I'm being referred to as an oldie.
That's nice.
Joanne
says hit the like button.
Bloody oldie, right? Just because I've got grey hair doesn't mean I'm old. I went grey at 21. Do you know that? Which wasn't that long ago. Anyway. Oldie.
Nick, thank you very much for your super chat. For the vet expenses and Julian to buy a new shirt.
Thank you very much, Nick. Very much. I tell you that vet for Jessie, it was insane. It was insane when I took her to the hospital, and she's in trouble, and I was angry. Actually, I still am a little bit angry about it, because it's there's no hiding, I think, in those situations. So I've got a horse that's in trouble. The horse has had field, not an operation, but a field procedure by our vet. It hasn't worked. I've had to sedate the horse and make sure that she's comfortable, get her in the horse box. She then has an hour's journey to the horse hospital. Now, I didn't take any risks at all with Jessie. We had an option. We could either take her to the veterinary, what's it called, university hospital, or we could take her to this other hospital, which is a little bit further away. It's about an extra half an hour journey. But the one that's further away, I felt, and I made the decision, was the better option to go for. Although it was a little bit further away, the vet was happy for her to take that extra journey, that extra half an hour, but the level of expertise that is there and the equipment that is there is top notch, right? So I made the decision. I thought, right, I'm taking her there. Now, I've got an emergency credit card for the horses, and that's it. It's just an emergency card there, and if we have any problems at all, I can sort out the horses and worry about it tomorrow. So I took Jessie in, took her there, an hour's journey. She was fine. She was good as gold. I stopped once on journey just to check her. She was fine. She was nicely sedated, not in pain. She was cool. Got her in. The first thing they do before she's even got off the trolley is they're like, okay, we need all of her paperwork. I was like, yeah, okay, I haven't got it with me because I was covered in blood. I was covered in horse spit and mess and everything, and obviously I'm worried about the horse. And I'm saying, like, can we just get the horse off first? Can we get her in? Let's work on the horse, and then we can talk about the paperwork and everything. Don't worry about it. No, we want to see her paperwork. So I'm like, okay, hold on a minute. So I'm on the phone to Rachel. It's like, can you fax over this? Can you not fax over? Where am I in the 1980s? I was like, can you email over this and send this? Blah 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 blah. So I've got Rachel running around here getting all the paperwork together. I'm then getting the horse off. They're like, oh, we need to weigh the horse. I'm like, yeah, okay, come on, let's weigh the horse nice and quickly. Come on, come on, come on. It's like, she's in pain and we need to move. So they then get her in there, then messing about with her, which is good. They're doing their thing and that's fine. I appreciate that I'm like a bit of a panicky dad at this point. I'm like, come on, come on, come on. So I'm trying to like keep myself under control, keep all my emotions under control. And then, so the lead vet comes in, introduces herself. No problem. I've met her before. That's fine. And we had a little chat about this, that, and the other, what's been done, what hasn't been done. Our field vet has already responded and contacted her and told her the process. Right, fine. She said, right, the prognosis isn't good, she said. The prognosis isn't good. She said, you've got two options. We either euthanize Jessie now, or she might be a chance that we can do something because we feel that there's a major blockage in the intestine and we can't get to it. So we need surgery. So I said, right, okay, well, just get her into surgery. You've got to give it a go. If there's a chance, give it a go. And she said, yeah, that's fine. No problem. We'll do that. So next thing I know, I turn around, the surgeon's there. He's all booted and up and got all his gear on. He's ready to go. So I spoke to him quickly and he said, yeah, okay, we can open up Jessie. We'll have a look, go through the stomach and we'll find out where the block is. There's a possibility that we can cut out the area that's the block and then we can sew it back together. He said, but the prognosis isn't good. He said, it's really bad. So I said, right, okay. He said, but there is a chance. So I said, fine. So I said, well, let's just get her in. Let's get on with this. So they said, right, that's 8,000 euros, please. So I said, sorry, could you, sorry, hold on a second. What did you say? And they said, oh, that's 8,000 euros. So I said, 8,000 euros? And they said, yes. And with that, handed me a credit card machine to take a swipe on my card. So I said, 8,000 euros. I said, can we have this discussion like a little bit like, we don't even know what 8,000 euros to do what? And they said, well, the total cost is going to be 8,000 euros. That includes hospitals, that hospitalization, it includes this, it includes that. And of course, my brain is now roaring because I'm so emotionally charged and I'm trying to hold myself together because all I'm worried about is Jessie at this point. And they said, but what we'll do is we'll take 3,000 euros from you now, and then we'll work out. And then if she isn't savable, then obviously you won't have to pay the additional 5,000 or whatever. So yeah, and so you're just left with this situation, and it's like, you know, I've got an emergency fund for the horses, but I was not expecting that. And yeah, so that was the deal. And it was like, to get her in there, that's what I had to pay in cold blood straight away. And that is, you know, you can't really think about it because you just got to do what you do and that's it. And you just think, okay, well, that's all right, I'll work it out, you know, you just work it out. But yeah, and then it's like, opened her up, pulled her all out. I watched the whole thing. I mean, tremendous facilities. And I couldn't have wished for more attention on her at that point. Yeah, they just said, they came out to see me while I was sort of like standing behind a glass watching the operation, and they just came out and said, you know, it's too much. There's so much of the intestine is dead, and it's to do with this. What is it called?
It's called a strangulating lipoma.
That's right. Yeah. So, but apparently it's a nodule or something within the stomach lining or within the abdomen area, and it gets fat. With older horses, it gets fat and then it starts to drop down and it hangs on a thread. So you've effectively got a ball and thread. And then what happens is, if the horse rolls or it does something, that ball and thread can literally loop over the intestine. And if it does it a couple of times, which it did, and it did it over sort of like two major parts of the intestine, so it actually strangulated such a large part.
So like 8 meters.
6 meters, I think it was. 6 meters of intestine was strangulated and dead. And he just said, you know, there's just absolutely nothing we can do. And he said, there's nothing you could have done. He said you wouldn't even know that this situation had arisen. You'd have to almost open her up within half an hour of it happening, and you wouldn't have even known. So he said there's just nothing you could have done. And he said it's quite rare. Apparently, it's quite rare. He said, but where it does happen is in older horses. So yeah, so that was pretty gruesome. So yeah, so anyway, the reason I was telling you that story was, Nick, your comment. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for the help with the vet laws.
Yeah.
Yeah. People were just saying about the contractor. Sounds like typical contractor BS.
Absolutely, I agree, 100%.
Jane said that happened to me in a Spanish hairdresser. If you want me to do it properly, you'll have to pay me more.
Unbelievable.
Jane,
oh my God.
Jan says that's why you have tension brakes in fences. You put in tension spun X wires to take up the tension in areas like that.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely, Jan. Wow. You're clever, aren't you? I didn't realize you were that clever.
Ryan, for when Julian pops the fence guy over the head. Thanks for that.
Thank you, Pa. Yeah, that's definitely happening. No, it's not. What we're talking about. It's not alive. No, certainly wouldn't talk violence. What do you think?
Harry says, don't I'm crying. Oh, this is about Timo, I think. All your efforts are paying off. It's also because he loves you all and wants to show you he's comfortable living with you guys.
Oh, that's nice thing to say, Kerry. Yeah, it does get emotional when you see him do it and you see him, coming out the other side, and you just think, yeah, it's very affirming. It's affirming, it's something that, it gives you some kind of feedback that what you're doing with him is right. Because it's like, yeah, we're seeing something here and it's good. It's good. It's really good. But I must say, I think, we should all give ourselves a pat on the back for that, because yeah, we're here doing it, but we couldn't do it without your support.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
this is what happens when we all pull together. So yeah, it's good. It's a success story that we can all share in, for sure. Baby steps are still steps. Absolutely, Aldine. I agree.
Crying here. Thank goodness that Tim was progressing. Praise the Lord.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Where's Henry these days?
I don't know what happened to Henry. I think he doesn't like the time. I think the timing's messed him up.
He likes seeing the animals like live. And he said, like, can you go live earlier? We said, well, we can't because we've got to like get the feed done before it gets dark. So this is really the only chunk of time we have to go live.
I don't know whether I don't know if he watches it later when it's published.
I think he just really wants to see the dogs. So I don't know. I think
belly rub Daisy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Timo is improving all the time, and when you think about it, you've not had him that long. I've got everything crossed for him. Miracles do happen, especially near Christmas. Oh.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like Vicente said, the acupuncturist. He said, with humans, like we don't expect humans if they've had a serious injury and they've lost their ability to walk. We don't expect them to walk within like a couple of months. It can take a year, maybe longer. But people put a lot of expectation on animals to be able to just like walk really quickly after something like this. So he said, it could take a year, it could take longer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess there's a lot of truth in that. Yes, the cats do have a litter box, but they still stink. And I clean it out like all the time. I'm like,
oh yeah, no, it's not. You do a great job with them. You really do, and you keep the place like spotless. But they just stink. They're just smelly cats.
Well, there's three kittens, and then Willow, for some reason, goes in and out all the time. The house. We're at the moment we're like leaving the window open so the kittens can go out during the day, but they can come back. In case like a dog tries to chase them or something, they can come back in. So Willow goes in and out. Grump at the moment's in. So yeah, it's just a lot of them using the litter tray. Just read an abstract about castration on donkeys. Surgery evoked less stress and minor changes in lipid profile and oxidant/antioxidant balance relative to chemical castration. Interesting.
Surgery evoked less stress and minor changes in lipid profile and antioxidant balance relative to chemical castration. Interesting. Oh, okay, Valerie, that's interesting. Maybe it'd be interesting to know who read it, who wrote it, and where it's come from. So I don't know if you've got a link to it. Maybe.
Yeah, and if there's studies, yeah, obviously there must be studies, but like what the numbers of the studies are.
That is interesting, though.
I've heard, yeah, there was a few people commenting that they had the same thing with one of their horses, and they got them like in the hospital. They're about to do the surgery, and just as they were about to open them up, the hidden testicle revealed itself. So
Really?
I think it is, yeah, sometimes.
I feel there's a theme to this. We should change the title of this video because it's all about testicle, the hidden testicle. I feel like it's I don't know, it's like a program or something, like Spider-Man and the Hidden Testicle or something, or or like you've got like Batman, The Dark Knight Rises. You've got like Macario, the hidden testicle displays itself. How many times can we say testicle? Stop it.
Dean says he's still a grey fox, right, Rachel? And then down here you said should say silver fox.
Yeah. Well, Dean, yes, thank you very much. Silver, thank you. Silver.
Yeah. Which of the animals would you say are the fussiest? I'd say Grump is mad fussy.
Yeah, all the others are. Yeah, they'll pretty much go for it, won't they? Anything.
Barney's really fussy.
Oh, I don't know. Queenie and Blossom are quite fussy.
Oh, I mean fussy as in like they like fuss, like.
Oh, right. I thought you meant fussy eaters.
I don't know what Jane.
Jane doesn't know what she means either. Jane's mad.
Do you mean fussy as in they like a fuss, or fussy as in
Don't.
Okay.
Don't engage her. All right. It's Jane. Don't engage Jane. All right. Everyone knows that. You just smile and go, yes, Jane. Yeah.
Dottie Bint says, totally disgusting, call themselves animal lovers, greedy people working on people's emotions.
Yeah. You see, this is what I mean, Dottie. It's like, I understand that you have to pay, and I understand that, and I totally accept that. And, I also get that, I'm paying for, what would it cost for me to have a fully equipped equine hospital at Jacob's Ridge? It would cost me hundreds and hundreds of thousands to have the equipment that they have. So I do get that, and I understand that if I want to use that equipment, I've got to pay for it, and that's, I think, how I kind of triggered it in my brain, was to say, well, look, I have got literally within 30 minutes or 40 minutes, I've got 5 specialist equine vets working on Jessie in a fully equipped operating room. And yes, it's cost a lot of money, but it's literally, I know in my heart, that night when I went to bed, I have to shut up now because I can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's something we've sort of discovered since running the sanctuaries, that vets are really, not every vet, but the majority are in the business of working more for humans, human health. Farm vets, they're not really working to help the individual animal. Of course, they do a lot to ensure the welfare of these animals and farms and everything, but it's to do with like food hygiene at the end of the day. Same with like.
Yeah, but I think in that, it's a business. They're there as a business.
Yeah, but they're hired by the government, aren't they?
In the farm vet situation, I'm talking about in this
sorry.
situation, you're talking about a private hospital. You've got to, you have to pay the price. And the thing is, but it just seems to me like there is an epidemic worldwide, or certainly in the Western world at the moment, of greed. And it just seems like greed has gone crazy. And I don't know if it's just me that thinks that, but it just seems to be.
I think it's worse in like America and the UK. I know that vet bills in Spain are a lot.
Yeah, but look at the price of food. It's greed, because I mean, even when it started triggering off, you're talking about people that had stock, and it wasn't that their costs had gone up; they just realised they could sell it for more. So this greed triggers in,
yeah,
and they don't just go for like any. you understand, market forces, and you say, okay, well, we can afford to pay a little bit more, or we can afford to pay this, or we can afford to pay that. But when they just rip the backside out of you, and they're doing it. It's happening across all industries and all people. We're all feeling it, and it's
well. Then everyone has to put their prices up.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's what becomes an epidemic of greed.
Started with the fuel, didn't it?
Oh, I don't know what it started with. What does it ever start with? But anyway, I've got onto one now, and I should shut up because I'm getting beyond my remit. Anyway,
Honda says in the States they take care of the animal first, and then you talk about payment when it's an emergency.
Wow.
I think in Spain, because generally people maybe don't have as much money as they do in like the UK or in the States. When it comes to like animal care or vet care, the vet always will say like, it's going to cost like this much. Do you want to do it, or do you want to put the animal to sleep? Or there's this treatment, but it's very expensive, so you could try this first. It might not work, but it's very cheap. And then if that doesn't work, you can maybe try the more expensive one.
Yeah, that's true.
They always try and like go for the cheapest option first, or they always tell you how much it's going to be, because I think there's a lot of people that either don't have the money or wouldn't spend.
Well, it goes back to what we're talking about with the fence and with Jane's hair. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, you want it done properly? Well, that's going to cost you more money.
It is, yeah.
I mean, or do you want it just done like,
half?
I've done it and I'll just take the money and then that'll be that. It's just bloody crazy. Anyway, sorry. Tonda, thank you very much for your super chat. That's lovely. Thank you very much.
Oh, thanks, Tonda. Julian called me clever. Mark that on your calendars, guys.
Did I say clever? I'd have to rewind that. Did I say clever?
Did.
Clever?
Par says, don't let that go to your head, Jan. In 5 minutes, we'll be saying something else.
My condolences to you both on the loss of Jessie. I too lost my beautiful dressage horse to the exact same thing at a cost of 15,000. It's a heart-wrenching, but thank you for giving it all you got. Wow, Jennifer,
15,000.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah. I'm really sorry to hear that. It is heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking.
A mucking out question.
Go on, give me some mucking out question. I'm an expert in mucking out.
Will the mucking out routine be different at the new sanctuary? For example, will the equines have a paddock that needs to be cleaned, or will they always? And I think you may run out of characters. Have you got? Does it continue, Lisa? No, it doesn't. It doesn't continue. Oh, here it is. And thank you for the super chat. Will the equines have a paddock that needs to be cleaned, or will they exclusively roam in grassy/wooded areas?
Okay, so I think what will happen is it will be a similar setup to now, whereas they will need mucking out, because although they will have access to their paddock paradise system, which is this track system around the land, at night time they will be closed in so that they're safe, which is effectively what we've been doing here for quite a while. Is sort of like when no one's around, we let them out and they have a run around, and that's it, and then we put them away at night. So when they're running around in the expanse and in the paddock paradise situation, they're going to be sort of like pooing everywhere and anywhere, and that will probably be left just to rot down and feed the soil. But when they're kept, the areas where they're actually kept in, there will probably be a higher concentration of manure, so we'll have to go in and clean that regularly, and it'll be the same for the donkeys. I think the goats, they're going to have such a huge expanse. I think it will be. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. If it gets to a point where it needs it, then obviously it would be cleaned. But if it's to the point where it actually sort of like just gets into the soil and into the environment and there's no problem, not causing a problem, then obviously we would leave it. But we'll just monitor that as we go along, because there's a lot of new things we're going to have to learn at the new property for sure.
Martha says, I lost my pony to lipomas. She was a grey and they're prone to it.
Oh,
she was about 25. I'm so sorry about Jessie. Yeah, Greys are really, well, I don't know.
I wonder why that is then. Why are they?
I know they're susceptible to melanomas
Yeah,
because
that makes sense.
of the
Skin color.
especially in like hot countries.
But lipomas, why would they be more susceptible? Because of the, why are they more susceptible to that? I wonder, there's got to be a connection. I'd like to know, maybe do some study on that. Because I worry now, because every time I see the horses now, I'm just thinking all the time, like, have they got one? Have they got one? Like, I'm always listening to their belly. Is their belly's making nice noises? You know, and all those sorts of things. And it just sort of like puts you on high alert, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dottie Bint says, yeah, I understand it's expensive, but it's immediately paying before operating when your emotions are all right. It's compassion deficit. Yeah, Dottie, that's a really good way of putting it, actually. Compassion deficit. Yeah, I agree.
They don't do that, like, I mean, we do have good relations with like our small animal vets, but they never ask for money before a surgery or.
No, that was like literally like, there, pay. And it's just like, wow, okay. Like, geez, let me have a little think, you know. But anyway, that's the cost of being a sidekick and joke bouncer, Jan. Wow. Okay, what have we got?
Who's this? Oh, we've done that one.
Have we? Who is it? Lisa. It's Lisa. Oh, Lisa. Thank you very much, Lisa, for your super chat. I didn't say thank you.
Dottie Bint says, that's why you were doing the job you do, because you're passionately involved with animals.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You got to kind of, I think you've got to keep that in perspective all the time, because I think there's a danger where you can become so focused on your passion, or with your passion on the animals and what you're doing, is that you can lose track or lose sight of the real world outside, or the well, I think this is the real world, but you know what I mean, the world at large, because you become very focused on what you're dealing with, and I think that is that's a potential danger. So you have to sort of like keep your eyes open to outside influences. But yeah.
Maybe you're maybe Odin means because of Jesse, you hesitant to do the surgery for Macario.
Yeah, 100%.
Just a thought, unless he has other health problems, I think he'd be okay.
Yeah, you're spot on, Aldine. That's exactly, I mean, now I'm like, I just don't want to see anything, you know, into surgery unless they really need it. So,
and I think it is, when it is an equine, the risks are higher than if it was like a dog. You know, they're not meant to be like lying down for that long. They're not meant to be off their food for long. They've got like a very delicate system.
Yeah. But it's the thing. Yeah, it just puts the fear of God in you, doesn't it? And you, you just don't want to you don't want to go down that route too much.
How is Woody doing, Sheila? Yeah, he seems okay.
Yeah, we had. I'm going to brush over this really quickly because it gets me very emotional very quickly. So I'm not being flippant when I say these things, but I'm just sort of like scooting over it because I just don't want to stay there because it's not nice. Yeah, we were lucky and fortunate enough to be able to. God, I have to be careful what I say. I have to be very careful with what I say, actually. But basically, yeah, we did a process that enabled him to realize what was happening, and yeah, they all kind of said their goodbyes, put it like that. But I can't really elaborate too much more on that because yeah, it's some things you shouldn't be doing. But anyway, as far as officialdom is concerned. But yeah, so yeah, it was that process was good. It was good. It enabled them to see and to understand and then move on. And he's doing very well, actually. He's changed a little bit, but a very strange thing happened the other morning, which I will go into a little bit. But again, I don't know if I can finish these stories or not. But the other morning, I don't know, but I was feeding. It was quite early. It was very early in the morning. The sun was just coming up. And it wasn't long after Jesse had died, and I was feeding, and then anyway. No, I can't.
Don't worry, it's okay.
But carrots for Christmas for the donkeys. Brilliant. Thank you, Tonda. I'm useless. I'll get there. I'll tell you this story one day when it's a little bit less raw, perhaps.
How's Prince doing? He's doing pretty good, actually. He's he's looking good.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's great. He's gone. So he used to get special food twice a day, but he was getting a little bit fat.
Yeah.
So that's not good because of his rear leg, obviously. So we've cut his food down, his food intake, so he just gets fed in the evenings now with his special food.
Yeah.
And he gets he's got the best food in the house, I think, at the moment. He gets all the, what's the name of that stuff? Pavo.
Yeah. I think it's a Spanish brand, but yeah.
So he gets this different mix, like a
mash,
slobber mash, and what's it called? Care for Life. And,
for like senior horses.
Yeah, all sorts of things like that. So he gets this all soaked, this really nice, very expensive food, and he's doing really well on it. He's doing really well on it. I'm so proud of him. He's lovely. He's really a good boy.
We would like to see if we can do anything with him with acupuncture.
I'm not sure about that, but because it just becomes another frustration thing because you've just got people telling you different, conflicting stories of what's going on there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Tonda says, for carrots for Christmas for the donkeys. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much, Tonda.
Thank you, Tonda. Yeah. So on Christmas Day, for those who don't know, we do a Christmas live, and it will be earlier than this one. It will be like in the morning. We'll post the time. Will that be the next live, or have we got one? Let me have a look. So next Sunday's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
So will we do a Christmas Eve special instead? Maybe Christmas Eve morning or Christmas Eve.
We're doing a Christmas Day live. So we'll just do the Christmas Day live
instead of that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll post about it anyway. So
we'll do that.
But yeah, and we go around. We get a load of like fruit and veggies and stuff for the pigs and the horses and the donkeys, apples and carrots and stuff. And yeah, if anyone wants to donate towards that, then we can get them some treats and then give them out on Christmas Day. And we also have our presents from you guys from the Amazon wish list, which will open on the live as well and read out your messages on there.
Yeah, so if you'd like if you'd like to give the animals any gifts, then go to the Amazon wish list. And I think we should get it before Christmas. And then we're holding them all up, and they're all going under the tree for the animals. So, yes. If you would like to do that.
Julian's microphone is working very well, not so for Rachel. Well, we don't have microphones on us. It's just on the camera, right? Or on the here. Where is it?
I think it's the one on the camera, but the problem is that I shout.
Well, I just have a quieter voice. So.
Yes, you do.
That's just my voice. I'll try and talk louder now.
Whoa, steady on.
Gail says, I don't know with horses, but I've learned with my white lab that white dogs across the breeds often have more and similar problems like digestive trouble and allergies that vets aren't sure why.
Ah, that's interesting, isn't it? I wonder what that is. I mean, there has to be a reason, but I mean, I'm sure they must have researched it. Must know what these things are, because I've heard that as well. It's like, like wasn't it like all white rabbits are deaf or something like that?
No, albino, isn't it?
Or is it albino or something? Yeah. There's all these strange things you hear, and I don't know what that is.
I was surprised about the language used for your short about mucking out.
Ordine, I apologise if that upset you, but it's just
that's the true Julian.
Yeah,
full of profanities.
How dare you? Full of profanities?
No, you don't swear that much. Just when you're.
I told you I was having an existential crisis, didn't I?
Yeah. When's your next date night? Well, it's not a date night, but we're going Christmas shopping tomorrow.
Are we going tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what you decided.
Did I?
Did we?
What day is it tomorrow?
Monday.
Okay.
We were going to go on Friday, but we didn't.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So it's a date, the shopping
date day.
Yes.
Maybe get a coffee or something.
Maybe.
Our last dog was an Australian Shepherd, and she became diabetic the last 18 months of her life. We spent $24,000 so she could have a quality life.
Wow, Tonda, man. It's scary, isn't it? It's when you start adding it all up, it is frightening how much money they cost. It really is.
Yeah, you really need like car insurance, don't you? Especially if you're in the States.
Yeah.
Have you thought about dates for your wedding lately?
Yeah, we did have a little chat about it the other day.
We still don't really know what we want to do.
we just don't know what we're doing. It's like you think you're getting somewhere, and then something happens, and then before you know it, you go, "What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we were talking about our wedding. When are we doing that? When we get married?" It's definitely going to be next year. 100% it'll be next year.
Yeah.
Don't know where yet. Don't know.
No.
We'll get there. And you're all invited. It'll be fun.
Yeah, we just don't know whether we want
to.
We discussed just like eloping or having like an actual function. And we would like to have a proper function. And then we're like, well, we don't really know who we'd invite. So
everybody here is coming.
Everyone here. Okay.
Yeah. We'll all be wearing kilts.
Yeah.
Aye, even you, Jan. I want to see you in a kilt. It'd be amazing.
Jane says, do you regularly get requests to take in new animals?
Yeah, we do. I've got one on the desk at the moment.
There's two actually.
Oh, who's the other one?
The sheep.
Oh, okay. So we've got a sheep and a horse at the moment that's on the desk. We've got, it happens a lot, and we just have to sort of think about it, and think about the impact. At the moment, it's just Rachel and I here. So it's a lot of work on the table at the moment, and then you've got the financial obligations as well. So you don't, as much as you want to just open the doors and take everybody in, that's the road to ruin, unfortunately. You've got to manage it. So the horse is it's a huge commitment. It's an older horse. She's 20 years old. She's an ex-riding stable mare. That's a possibility, but you say you're taking on it's a huge responsibility. It's a 20-year-old horse. Oh, sorry.
The fire's going out.
Right.
No, I was just thinking it's getting cold.
I've got to do my job. Hold on a minute. Excuse me.
CZB says, I know how much we are spending on our old dog a month. I can't imagine your expenses for all of your animals. Yeah, it's a lot. It would frighten you to know. Odine says, Merry Christmas to you now, because I may not be there on Christmas Day. Thank you very much, Odine. Merry Christmas to you too. And yeah, don't worry if you can't join us on Christmas Day. I hope you have a good one. Lipomas often come from a very stressful experience. Oh, I didn't know that.
What?
Lipomas often come from a very stressful experience.
Oh. Well, do you know what? Oh, don't get me started. How much stress can you put a horse under by continually breeding from it and then taking its babies away?
Yeah.
That's stressful,
Yeah, that's true.
Understanding their bond and what they're like. Bastard bloody industry. Sorry, my language. I haven't heard that.
Where have we gone? I have a family member who is a vet and has the compassion of a pea.
The compassion of a pea?
Yeah, you do meet them, don't you? You're like, why are you a vet? You must have had some compassion at some point. Has the vet industry just completely sucked it out of you?
I don't know. I don't want to badmouth vets. I mean, it's a difficult job. It's a very difficult job. And, it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's just, they can be your saviors at times, and other times they drive you mad because of the bills you have to pay. But, I don't know.
Jan is wondering if all Jans are fat and cheeky.
Are all Jans are fat and cheeky? Actually, Jan, I know a couple of other Jans other than you, and they are not fat, but they are cheeky. So I think that all Jans are cheeky. Yes, in my Venn diagram of fat Jans and not fat Jans and cheeky, yeah, they all fall into the cheeky one. So that's my take on it.
Carter says, have you two added something you would like, maybe English chocolate, on your wish list?
Who said that?
Maria Carter.
Listen,
Mikey Maria.
how dare you suggest that we would eat chocolate on the wish list?
No, it's just stuff for the animals on there.
Yes, chocolate. How do you spell chocolate? How do you spell chocolate? Chocolate. No, we haven't got anything else on there. It's only for the animales.
Do you then give us some Sir Michael?
No. I've tried to give Sir Michael today, and it keeps going a bit bloody wrong. I would like to do some Michael Caine for you at one point, but it won't be now, mind. That's enough. Mr. Wayne. Sorry,
Will your family see you at Christmas? No, unfortunately not.
No. I wish. That'd be nice.
We will all be there for the wedding, says Joanne. Susie B says, invite me, I'll come.
Okay, Susie B. Okay, Aldine.
Anne, for Xmas treats, best wishes. Oh, thank you very much, Anne.
Thanks, Anne. It's lovely.
How about Klaus doing Michael Caine? I don't know if that can work with it.
Have we tried that since the Klaus? It's the Klaus and the Michael Caine. Michael, you're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. And my name is Caine. This is interesting. You can do interesting things with the cane. Okay, I'm shutting up now. Don't get Klaus out. Not now.
People are commenting that you said something about we have a sheep and a horse on a desk, and they said, how does sheep and a horse fit on a desk?
Well, you'd be surprised. Okay. Will Sophia be coming back? No, Joe. Sophia won't be coming back. I mean, I'm going to touch on it briefly. I'm just going to say this. We are both greatly appreciative to Sophia and the work that she did while she was here. And she worked very hard and she gave it her all. And we are grateful to her for everything that she did while she was here. Unfortunately, there's a crossover where, in particular, I can only speak for me, but I have a huge responsibility for Jacob's Ridge. And my number one priority is the care of the animals. And nothing goes above that priority, because that's fundamentally what we are. We're an animal sanctuary. And because we take that responsibility very seriously, I expect anybody that comes along and joins the team to have that same level of priority. And I just expect it. And if something or a situation arises where my wishes or my observations or my instructions are dismissed or ignored, then there's going to be problems always. And I just won't stand by and watch that happen. It's because it's the deal I have. It's the deal I have with the animals, and it's the deal I have with you guys as our supporters. We ask for your support, and in return, you know that we give the animals the best we can whenever we can. And we're not perfect. We know we're not perfect, but we always try and do the very best we can by the animals, always. So if I'm faced with a situation where a volunteer feels that they know better and is doing something that is potentially could potentially cause or put an animal in danger, or put an animal in a situation that I'm not happy with, then you've got to bet your bottom dollar I'm going to say something about it. And what's more is, I know people make mistakes. I totally understand that. I get that completely. But if you're pulled up on that mistake and then you continue to ignore that you've been pulled up on, and you've maintained a situation where that animal is still at risk, then guess what? I'm gonna lose it with you. I'm gonna get cross with you, because we do not tolerate it at all. So unfortunately, what does that mean? It means people get bawled out, and no one likes getting bawled out. I don't like getting bawled out. No one likes getting bawled out, especially Macario. He definitely doesn't like getting bawled out because he tugs it in. But if I choose to ball you out, it's not because I'm some lunatic that is just balling people out for no reason. It's because it's a very, very important reason. And if you choose to disrespect, dismiss it, ignore it, then it's not going to end well. We're going to end up parting ways, because that's number one priority for me. So that's all I'm going to say on it. As I say, I don't wish Sophia any ill at all. I have the utmost of respect for her. She did a great job while she was here. I'm very sad that she chose to leave, and she did choose to leave. There was an option, but she chose to leave, and that's her choice, and that's it. But all I would say is, just to put a tail end on that, is that if anybody comes here as a volunteer, I'm very, very grateful of you volunteering your time and your energy here, and your and your efforts. But that doesn't automatically mean that you can dictate to me or to Rachel what happens here, or ignore our very express instructions to do with the care of the animals. So yeah, that's where we are. So yeah, great girl. Wish you well. If you are watching this, Sophia, I don't know if you are or not, but if you are, as I say, I've got no hard feelings towards you whatsoever, and I wish you the very best for your future. Where are we now?
Oh, that's a nice comment, Linda.
Where was that?
Oh, I just put it up there, but I don't know if you want to read
My
it.
favourite memory of you two is how Jessie's fly mask brought you together. Thanks to her fear, Rachel's kindness moved you two together. Yeah, so true, Linda. Absolutely. She's a very, very special horse. Very, very special horse. She means a lot to both of us. So yeah, absolutely.
Jennifer said, I loved your mucking out video from the other day, Julian. Very wise words of wisdom, grasshopper.
I had another one today. I was going to record it and I didn't. But yeah, I'm going to start doing words of wisdom from the mucking out. But I'm going to just do them as very, very shorts to stick on YouTube and social media. I'm trying to think what the one was I had today. Oh man, I can't remember now. I can't remember. Oh no, that's right. So I had this. So I've been. Okay, so when you have overthinking, overthinking can be an issue where you spend a lot of time overthinking, and it's very, very, can be very disruptive and cause you all sorts of problems. So I'll share this. I'll have to share this with you. You'll think I'm mad, right? But it doesn't matter. So I was thinking, as I was mucking out, and my brain's going at 10 to the dozen. I'm thinking of a million different things, and some of them good, some of them bad, and all the rest of it. I was thinking, I need to just calm down. I need to get into a mode of Zen. And mucking out the donkeys is the best place to do it, because you literally, you're doing this repetitive, physical task. So I'm talking a lot, aren't I? Should I shut up?
That's okay. That's okay.
So yeah, so
don't give away all your wisdom in one go. I want to save some of your wisdom.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what I was going to say.
No, I don't. Well, carry on.
Okay.
I'm saying if you're doing these words of wisdom mucking out videos.
Oh, I see. Then
Don't give them-
don't give it all away. I know,
Yeah.
but there's so much wisdom there.
Okay.
It's like
Carry
a
on
font.
then.
It's like a font of knowledge. It's just like constantly, just so much knowledge. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, so I was thinking, yeah, as I was doing, I was thinking, how do you stop yourself from thinking continually? You know, when you're thinking like that, you're thinking like, how do you just calm yourself down, calm your brain down a little bit? And I was thinking, okay, well, I could sing a little song. So you do a little singy song, and then that takes you somewhere else, and you start thinking of something else. And you think, "Oh, that's not good." So you go, okay, well, I'll try different else. So previously, I used to have a little mantra that I would say over and over again, and they just sort of like keep to get yourself into that Zen mode, which is bliss, isn't it? If you can get into the bliss state, that's ideal. Anyway, tried these different things, didn't work. And then I don't know why, I think it must be the time of the year or whatever, but I thought, what about the Lord's Prayer? What about the Lord's Prayer as a repetitive thing? So I started there. Now, this is something obviously that's ingrained in my brain because I went to a Christian school. So the Lord's Prayer is in there, and it's very, very, easy. So I started to recite the Lord's Prayer as I'm mucking out the donkeys, and then I started to think. So obviously it wasn't working very well, but no, I think it did work actually very well. I started to think about the Nativity, and I was thinking about how if you were to look at the Nativity and the story of the Nativity, you're talking about a message that's so important to humankind, that who did God entrust with that message when it was at its most vulnerable? And I thought, he entrusted it to a donkey. And I thought, what was he thinking? Why did he do that? I mean, we were very, very lucky. I think Christianity would be very different right now if Ronnie had got the job. And that's what just got me thinking, really. So as I was mucking out, I was suddenly had this whole story of the alternative nativity story had Ronnie got the job. And it just started making me laugh. But anyway, I have thought the story through, and I'm going to share it on Christmas, actually. The alternative nativity with Steve and Ronnie. So look forward to that.
Yes.
Okay.
Are the sheep still not getting along? No, the sheep, well, at the moment, Oliver and Dorothea are separate because we weren't sure if Dorothea might be pregnant or not, and Oliver would ram her at feed time.
I say.
He would headbutt her stomach. So
okay.
we thought if she is,
I loves the ramming. This is disgusting. Stop it.
If she is, and we don't want to cause any damage. So yeah, we separated them. They're still next door to one another. They do actually get on. I think they now quite like each other's company. But then Nigel, the little goat, decided he would jump out of the run next to Oliver's run into Oliver, and then we saved him from that once, and then he did it again. So we decided, well, we'll just see how it goes. And I don't think they really like each other, but
I think it keeps Nigel on his toes, to be honest. And he does. He loves a cuddle.
Yeah,
he really loves a cuddle. It's like when I go in there to do the waters and stuff, he's straight. Nigel comes straight to me for cuddles. So I think he's
But yeah, obviously he's not been castrated yet. So yeah, Dorothy is still separate, even though we don't think now she's pregnant.
No,
we'll keep her separate for now until Nigel's sorted out. Then Nigel can be with the goats, and Oliver and Dorothea can be back together.
Vets spend years studying, largely because they love animals. Not sure about Spanish, but then spend their lives largely putting down animals. Yeah, absolutely.
But that is like the last kindness, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of the time, well, I guess it depends. But...
No, that's what I mean. I don't want to hate on them or anything like that, because they do a very, very difficult job, and it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Whole nut or fruit and nut?
Whole nut or fruit and nut? Oh, fruit and nut. I'm fruit and nut myself, definitely. What are you?
Yeah, fruit and nut.
Fruit and nut. That's the best. Fruit and nut's the best.
Those Nomo bars are good, aren't they?
Yeah, Nomo fruit and nuts. That's good because that's a nice vegan chocolate. That's good actually. It's really good.
You
Little
two
top tip
seem
there.
like you're married for years.
Yeah, there is a yeah. There it does feel like that, doesn't it?
Well, we have been together quite a while now.
We've been together a while.
Together like
8 years. Oh my god.
yeah, 8 years.
Thank God.
I heard Michael Caine made his last film. What a long career.
Yeah, absolutely. What's it called? The Great Escape or something, or The Escapist?
No, great.
No, not The Great Escape, The Escapist or something like that, where it's a true story of the guy that was in the Normandy.
Oh yeah, we watched the
trailer. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I want to see it. But yeah.
Myra says, sorry, I'm just popping in and will watch later. I'm currently in hospital having falling and fractured my femur.
Oh,
love to. Oh, sorry to hear that, Myra.
That sounds painful. I hope you mend well and mend quickly. That's horrible. Thank you very much for your super chat, by the way.
It was The Great Escaper. He was brilliant.
Oh, The Great Escaper. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
We are all here to help support Jacob's Ridge. We're all animal lovers.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Joanne.
Absolutely. That's why you're here.
I think I speak for all the Ridgies saying we're right behind you. The welfare of the animals must be a priority.
Yeah, absolutely, Jane. It is. It is. It's number one. That's why we're here, isn't it?
Have you ever had an animal say, "Oh, that hurts. Let's have it easy"?
Have you ever had?
Oh, because their patients don't complain.
Yeah.
Imagine working with a cat, though. Have you ever tried to just put a tablet in a cat? Imagine having to be a vet for a cat.
With the gauntlets and everything. Yeah.
Or for Timo. Hope Ronnie enjoyed all the oranges.
Don't get me started about my oranges. Do you know what? Those orange trees, so like it's once a year the oranges come, and it's this time of year. And I watch them go from blossom to orange. And I've watched them
like little babies.
I know, they are my little babies, and I talk to them. I love my little orange trees. And then the oranges come, and they are the most delicious, beautiful oranges you have ever tasted. If you've only ever tasted oranges from supermarkets, it's like a different fruit. When you take the orange fresh from the tree, it is like, wow, that is rocket fuel. It's beautiful, really tasty. So I love these oranges. And I used to have 1, 2, 3, 4. I used to have 4 orange trees, and unfortunately, over the years, they've gone now. I've got 2 left, and so I watch them and I nurture them, and it's watering them and making sure they're all right. And I get all excited when it gets to this time of year, because this is the big payoff. And I came down the other morning, and one tree had been absolutely mullered. It had been completely, like, there's still some oranges at the top, but the branches were all bitten and the leaves had all been pulled off. And I was like, oh no, guys. And they did it. You saw the way they ran away from me at the meeting, in the video.
At your daily donkey meeting.
Daily donkey meeting. Right, guys, we've got to get this right. Yeah.
Odine said, I wasn't offended by your mocking. I was just language. I was surprised.
Yeah, I try not to swear too much, because it's I always think it's an excuse for not thinking, but when no one's around, I swear quite a bit.
Sherbag, thank you for your super chat.
Thank you very much, Sherbal. Sherbal.
And you say thank you for the love you show the animals. Well, thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Christmas popcorn. Didn't know that was a thing. It has Christmas spices added.
Oh, that sounds interesting. I do love a bit of caramel popcorn.
Allegra says, sorry, but did my donation arrive? Did you do it on here, do you mean, Allegra? Oh, there it is. How did we miss it?
We missed it.
Or maybe, how did we miss that? Sorry about that.
I don't know. When did
Hi
that?
guys, I'm always so inspired by how amazing you are. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry we missed your.
Thank you, Allegra.
Did we also miss Anne's then? No, for Xmas treats we got Anne's. Yeah, we got those ones.
Thank
Yeah,
you
we
very
just-
much, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hmm.
Where did I get to?
Who knows where you got to? Where have you been?
It
is getting cold in here.
I know.
It's like this. So our house is like really dilapidated, and like when you
Oh, it's got like single glazed windows, and there's like like big holes in the door like this. Just draft blows through.
It's just it blows the candles out, and you got the candles. It's like big gust of wind. It's all gone. That's my excuse.
Please add that Nomo to your wish list for me. Cheers. Oh, I'll have a look. I don't know because it's from the UK and our Amazon wish list is Spanish. I don't know if they'll have it.
No problem. And they're on there right now. Big box.
James says, Julie and Rachel, what do you want in your stocking this year?
Ooh. Yes, Jane. Klaus will be in the stockings this year, I think. No, he won't. Get that image out of your head, Jane. I know what you're like. Absolute filth.
What do you want in your stocking?
What do I want in my stocking? An orange.
Okay.
I would like some chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, really. That's about it, really.
I usually do a stocking for you, don't I? And I put like little things in it. And
yeah, it's little things. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's like little fun things. Yeah, that's little things, please, little minds. That's what I was always told.
Yes, we're all animal lovers and we love what Julie and Richard Sanctuary. Oh, thank you. Hi guys, glad all is well. I had to cancel my patron for a few months. Dog needed two
flow surgeries,
but looking forward to joining back. Oh, don't worry about it. Thanks for letting us know, and I hope your dog is recovering.
Yeah, thank you, and yeah, it's your and thank you for the previous patronage.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Yeah, but yeah, all best wishes for your dog.
Yeah, hope everything's okay.
Mm.
Will you or do you have orange trees in your new home?
No.
It's because it's quite a bit higher. Fruit trees don't really survive there, but there is a pistachio tree. We were eating the pistachios.
Yeah,
the other day.
yeah, that'll be our new thing. That'll be my new thing that I'll probably
get excited for.
Obsessed about.
There's walnuts, almonds. I think there's an apricot tree actually. It's more citrus that won't grow up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is a shame because we've got so many lemon trees here. Like we don't ever have to buy lemons, so that would be weird having to go to buy lemons.
No, we won't. You just come scrumping.
Just come back here and steal
just go and steal all the lemons.
Jane, shirtless Julian was bad enough. Stocking suspenders Julian is beyond imagination. Klaus, now that's a freak out. I thought you were just messing. Like when you said they'd eaten a neighbour's wig, didn't realise they'd actually help themselves. Oh yeah, they do that all the time.
Yeah, and the thing is, the oranges are so good that when they steal the oranges, the smell.
Yeah, you can smell them.
Wow, it's incredible. Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, Maria says again, please add the nomos. So I'm going to look for them now.
Okay, excellent. Steve would have taken them to Benidorm. That would have been totally different nativity. Exactly. See, Jan, that's great. See, I have written a story about the alternative nativity with Ronnie. And yeah, it kind of writes itself, doesn't it? That's all you have to do is just do that one thing, like let the imagination roll with that one. What would Ronnie do with the nativity? Can you imagine? I think what we should do is do like a little round robin and get everybody to add a little bit to the story, and then we'll have a true chaotic version of events. Rachel's legs in the stockings. Dotty bin. You read my mind.
Excuse me. Okay, well I found them, but it's too expensive for one bar. They want €9.
Shut up. No, is that for a box?
No, look, it says choose whichever of your favorite type and number of bars. So you go down here and press quantity, and then it says 1 unit.
No, that's got 24 bars in it.
Oh, 85 grams. Oh, so it's a fiesta in a bar, it says here.
It is a
It's
fiesta.
a party in a bar.
It's a party in a bar. Wow. Yeah, that's for the box.
85 grams. I wouldn't say it's for a box. It's for a big bar. One of these, 85 grams. Yeah,
What?
that's still expensive.
How can you charge £10 for a bar of chocolate?
It's coming from the UK.
Oh, it's
From the
really,
UK.
forget about it. Forget about it.
I'll find a different one.
Yeah.
That's one that they do here.
Jane says, I always like a bit of fun in my stockings. Oh, now we're going about, now come on. Stop trying to get Klaus. You're trying to get Klaus out. Don't get him involved. If the donkeys really stole your oranges, then who stole your shirt? I'm imagining Steve in your shirt. He seems to get into so much trouble. Ordine, yes. Although you did hear the story when he's done a few things, hasn't he? He pulled the trousers down of Anne, our volunteer.
Oh yeah.
While she was mucking out, he literally came up behind her and pulled her trousers down. And the other thing as well he did was he stole a hoodie. Him and Barry stole a hoodie off of a washing line this year, and they played tug of war with it and pulled the hood off.
One of the volunteers' hoodies.
One of the volunteers that was here. Will you build the inner fences? Says Ordine. The idea is not. I don't want to. I want the fences done, I would say, properly. It's not that I wouldn't build them properly. It's more to do with time, energy, and all that other thing, and everything else that I've got to do anyway. So it would be better for the fencing company just to get on and do it. And that's what we've raised the money to do. So although I did get a worrying message this afternoon, actually, saying, oh, from the contractor again, saying, oh, price of wood's gone up. It's like, but they've already, you can't come back to me once you've bought the wood and put it up on the land and then tell me the price has gone up for wood. That was then. So I don't know. I'm going to have a meeting with him. I've got a meeting with him and a translator on Tuesday. So we're going to get to the bottom of it. But yeah, so I want him to do it anyway. I want the whole thing done, and that's it. Because they have worked up to this point. They've worked really well. I've been really pleased with them.
I'll have to have a look at that later.
Sounds like nice things growing on the new property.
Put it on, please. Put it on, please.
What? My shirt? What are you talking about?
The chocolate.
Oh no, not of that bloody money. You crazy?
I don't even think it's the one that Julian likes anyway. It's just like a super plain one. We'll find
an alternative.
They've got eye chalk.
Yeah, it's very, very. It's crazy. It's too expensive. It really is. That's just silly.
Yeah, and it's not like luxury.
It's a bar of chocolate. It's
Yeah.
it's a bar of chocolate. It's crazy. And they're saying like 10 quid for it. It's like, no. That's why it's a treat. You know, it's just one of those things. Because it's cheap. If you get it in the UK, it's very cheap. So what happens is, if a volunteer is coming out and they ring us and say, do you want us to bring anything? I would say, like, oh, it's up a no bar. It's one of those. So happy about Timo's amazing transformation. Absolutely. Mariana Toth, thank you very much for your super chat.
Oh, thank you.
They might have a torn the hoodie, but now it has a great story. Absolutely, Mr. 100. Had trouble giving gift the web. Hold on, what does this say?
Had trouble giving gift. The web would not go through.
No.
Why?
Why not, Anne?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Right, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Where are we? I've messed up. I've messed up. You've given me control of the machine.
I have.
Okay. Find a trading standards person. What, for the fence or just in general? You mean just find one? I found one.
In general.
What do I do with it now? I found one. I love the video of Ronnie looking for his chakras. Oh, honestly, it's funny. How does that donkey know? He knows exactly what we're talking about. Did you notice in that video? I don't know if you did, but if you go back and have a look at it. And I said to him, okay, we're going to go into a calm place now. And he does this thing just before he nudges me. He almost closes his eyes. I don't know if you noticed that. He almost closed his eyes. And because I don't notice it at the time, because obviously I'm looking at a small screen and he's beside me. And then he sort of gave me that nudge. He's so funny. He's such a funny donkey.
Okay, I found vegan Lindt chocolate. They have almond. They have cookie.
Ooh.
And I think they have salted caramel.
Oh, see, yeah, even that's still expensive, isn't it? Anyway, we're talking about the price of chocolate at Jacob's Ridge. Right, exactly. How did they look in the hoodie? Did it have a donkey face on it? Yeah, probably. So Nick's off. See you later, Nick. Thanks very much for joining us. Have a lovely week. We're going to go as well.
Yeah,
on that note,
dinner still.
we've got dinner on the go and everything else.
Okay, well, I've added a few, but I don't know what flavor you want out of them. And yeah,
absolutely. So
absolutely. I don't know what that is.
Well, don't worry. Right. Okay, guys. Well, we're going to go.
Did you get to the end of your?
Yes.
Comments?
Jane says, "Will Freddie and your daughter come over for Christmas?" No, unfortunately, they can't. Unfortunately. How many times can I say unfortunately?
Super chat.
Quick super chat. Tot up. Tot up. What did I say?
Tot. You said tot.
A quick tot.
I mean total up.
A total up. A total up. Right, here we go.
It's a tally, isn't it?
It's
20.
Yeah.
$4.99. Plus $4.99.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Plus 50.
Yeah.
Plus $19.99.
Yeah.
Plus $9.99.
Yeah.
Plus 40.
Yeah.
Plus $9.99.
Yeah.
Plus 20.
Yeah.
25. 20. 10. 20.
Yeah.
Oh, blimey, this one must have just come through.
Oh, blimey.
Oh,
wow.
Thank you. That's amazing. To help with the vet bill, I'm so sorry for your loss. Friend. Oh, thank you, P. Lucas.
Thank you, P. Lucas. That's very generous of you. Thank you very much.
Plus 99 then.
Wow. 350.98. So 350. Wow, that's.
But that's a mixture of pounds and dollars.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we don't know
Exactly.
but
I don't know exact amount because of
Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. And
thank you, guys. Thank you.
That'll all go to the vet bills. We've got still vet bills to pay.
Yeah.
And we will put the information about the Christmas Live on. It'll go on Instagram, Facebook, and
we'll spread it across the socials.
We'll schedule it on here
It'll go Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We'll do a mass one to all of our socials.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can get it on TikTok as well, maybe.
So Jane's asking, is there a chat next Sunday? That's what we're going to figure out, whether we just do it on the Monday instead, do the Christmas Day one.
Yeah.
So we'll announce that. So it'll be on all the platforms, so you shouldn't miss it. And we'll schedule it well in advance.
Yeah, and just to get you through the week, Jane, just imagine Klaus in his stockings and suspenders. There's a nice horror story for you. Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us, and we'll see you all at Christmas.
Would tell Jesus to get up so he could lay down.
That's so true. Very true. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you all. And we'll see you on Christmas. Either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Have a great one. Thank you very much, everyone.
See you.
Good week.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Good
You have to there. Good night.
Good night.